So I was going for my annual checkup, just regular time at the doctor, which is, first thing you do is get on the scale. And I got on the scale, and when you're picking up weight and it just kind of creeps up, and I'm a woman of a certain age. But that day, getting on the scale, the number was bigger than it had ever been before. And it's sort of like, oh my gosh, is that what I weigh? And, I was never a skinny person, but the number was just mind-blowing. And that day I thought, this is not where I want to be. So I talked to my doctor, talked about what was happening. Is this just getting older? It seemed as if no matter what I did, because I've done everything, it just started with, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna track what I do, and I'm gonna stick with it for a month. And really what it came down to was changing what I ate and how I ate, and also sort of figuring out where I was health-wise. And in that month, I was losing weight. Now, one of the things I did in the beginning was I would weigh myself once a week. Not every day, because it fluctuates every day, but once a week. And just seeing in that month that it was gradual, it was small, but it was consistently, I was losing. So I grew up in Fresno, California, and California is, I would say that in California, you do tend to be active and outdoors. And as a matter of fact, I don't have anybody in my family who's overweight. My siblings were athletes. I was never an athlete, but they're all very fit. And I am active enough. I've had periods where I've had a trainer. I've had periods where I, go to the gym. And one of the things that I found, and this was really sort of, I think, why this time was different than other times, because, I've lost weight before, worked out really hard, done all the, the running and the lifting, and never liked it at all. The gym was not my favorite thing. But what I always enjoyed and what I could always do was walk. And so what I realized was I can do that, and I can do that every day, and I don't mind doing it every day, and I enjoy it. And it can be just time to reflect and get in my own head and do those sorts of things. So that's what I did. I walked. So after that first month and realizing that these changes that I'm making are making a difference, I thought, okay, I'll give myself 6 months. And in the beginning, I was very strict and kind of rigid. I weighed weighed my food. I kept track of what I was eating every day. I determined what sorts of things I would eat and how much of those things I would eat. And so it was very specific, and I stuck to that every day. It was a routine that I sort of needed to be in, so I could, it makes it easy to manage. It made it easy to manage, and then also to kind of understand what was working and what wasn't. So I would say if you're not happy, you can make a change. You can figure out what works for you and make a change. I feel better, and I think you don't know how much better you can feel until you're there, or even how much excess weight sort of, has an effect on your overall health and well-being. So feeling lighter across the board, everything about it, sleeping better, being more active, moving more comfortably, just, and then there's, you fit in smaller clothes, which is nice. I'm very proud of myself. Yeah, it's not an easy thing to do. And when I look at it now, it's funny when I look at pictures and I think, oh wow, yeah, that's a big change. So yeah, I'm very proud of myself.